Two monsters, two GTs, two of the most famous cars in the world. One German, one Italian. They're different, incomparable some might say. Yet they share something. They're both two-seater coupes with a rear centre-mounted V8 engine. It's for that reason that we wanted to put the Ferrari F430 and the Audi R8 up against each other. Ferrari, a marque with more than 60 years' experience in producing exceptional cars. And Audi, while they're definitely at the top of their game, the R8 is still a first for them. Both cars are inspired by racing. For the 430, it's Formula One. For the R8, it's Le Mans. 110 kilos separates these two vehicles, yet the R8 is a four-wheel drive. And the 430 has an additional 70 horsepower. Ah yes, that brings us to the engines. A 90-degree 4.3-litre V8 producing 490 brake horsepower at 8,500 revs per minute with 465 Newton-meters of torque at 5,250 RPM. Those are the stats of a racing car, 0 to 100 km/h in 4 seconds, covering 1,000 meters from a standing start in just 21.6 seconds, and all the time producing an unforgettable roar. Audi's V8 is equally fascinating. More discreet in the noise it produces, it develops 420 bhp at 7,800 RPM with 430 Newton-meters of torque at 5,500 RPM. As you would expect, given the power deficit, the R8 takes an extra 0.6 of a second to reach 100 kilometers per hour. So there are the cards on the table from a technical point of view. It's the same idea with the two different approaches. The same is true aesthetically. Each has its own character, its own beauty. Again, they're hard to compare. Beauty and the Beast all in one. The racing influence is clear to see once again, with huge air intakes at the front and a spoiler at the back, as well as lateral air vents, all in the name of performance. Inside the Ferrari, there's a distinctive smell, a unique atmosphere. The Ferrari cockpit is unlike any other, and it's fully personalizable. The Audi, meanwhile, is a bit more, well, Germanic, with its perfect finish and rigorously thought-out ergonomics. Again, these two cars are so different. It's German precision and Italian flair. That's the story of this battle. The Audi R8 is full of efficiency, the Quattro system inspires confidence, and the R8 is simple, clean, and well-balanced. Its brakes are faultless, as is the suspension. The Audi is all-encompassing whilst retaining a competitive edge. The only small criticism is the speed of the gear changes in the R-tronic gearbox, especially up against the F1-style unit in the 430. It's perfect, responding instantly. The sound of the V8 makes you shiver. With the engine management system set to race mode, it's an avalanche of emotions. The sheer brutality forces you to think about what you're doing, even if the Ferrari's handling is flawless. Well, almost as despite having ceramic brakes, they do suffer a bit if you're a bit hard on the accelerator. But that does nothing to reduce the pleasure of driving this brutal machine. We love both these cars. We've been seduced. They may have different temperaments, but their quality shines through, which is enough to make anyone realize that this is how cars should be.